Yesterday, I read about one of my respected fathers in Nigeria that made a statement that they're going to dedicate a day to pray for the economy of Nigeria, and I was very sad. And I said, "Oh, Papa, how can you do that? We are sitting. You can gather millions. You can gather millions of people every month. You gather the millions of human capital. You gather them. I said, why don't you develop them? Why don't you develop them and deploy them? If you want to solve the economic challenges in your nation, why don't you develop them and deploy them? God will not do that. God cannot do that. You know, they want to organize one day and pray for the economy of Nigeria to be recovered. And I know that there are spiritual perspective to all of that, but you know, when you listen to some of the sermons, you realize that our sermons are not kingdom-driven sermons. And when the sermons are not kingdom-driven sermons, how do you expect your people to accept responsibility for the challenges that are in your nation? How do you expect the people of God to accept responsibility for the problems in the country? How do you expect the people of God to take charge of your country? A great church raises born-again believers who are leaders, high-value leaders, who accept responsibility and take charge of their nation and build the economy. A great kingdom church drives economic growth. A great kingdom church drives economic growth. A great kingdom church drives productivity. A great kingdom church drives values. A great kingdom church drives innovation. A great kingdom church drives strong families. A great kingdom church drive innovation and creation and build developers and all of that. But one of the fastest ways to destroy your nation as a pastor, one of the fastest ways to destroy your nation is to shift responsibility to God. One of the fastest way we as churches, we destroy nations, is to shift responsibility to God. God will not do it. If the potential and the giftings and the seed and the purposes in us, assignment in us, in the believers are developed and they are exposed to kingdom teachings, everybody will have responsibility. And we can become like a China instead of producing spiritual people who are not effective.